All right, yeah, look, I understand you only want to pay $11 million for my business, but I really think it's worth 13 million, and I'm not willing to sell for less than that. Okay, yeah, talk to your boss and just see, what you guys can come up with. Okay, bye. Oh shit. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize it was recording. What a good coincidence though, because I can demonstrate my email generation system that I've just built out. So as we can see, I just got off a phone call. Of course, I actually faked it. Well, maybe I shouldn't have said that. It's kind of fake. Anyways, this is that transcript that we just generated from that. And what I'm going to do now is show you how this system actually works. We'll generate an email, customize it, and then send it off. And then I will show you how I built it and how you can build it as well. So anyways, what we'll do is this last call transcript has just been generated, and I'm going to add them to my workflow that actually runs it. So we'll do generate email. Maybe it's not called that. It's called generate initial email. And this would run automatically as soon as you finish a phone call. So it doesn't have to be manual. I'm just doing it manually to demonstrate things. But what it's going to do is it's going to use this transcript and it's going to generate an email for us to follow up with. So let me refresh the page and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so here we have our email. We can see I put the name as John Smith, and this is the email. I hope this message finds you well. Our recent conversation, I appreciate your openness and the effort to find a middle ground. 13 million reflects the value we see in the business. Please let me know if you've had a chance to discuss further, blah, blah, blah. So this is just a follow-up email that you could send off. But let's say, I'm having second thoughts. I realized that my churn rate is 95% per month. So what I'm actually going to say is, you know what, on second thought, I'll actually take 11 million for the business, okay? And so now what I'm going to do is when I press save, that's going to go to ChatGPT and it's going to say, hey, here's the email that we have. Can you update it with this new change? And I could also say, make this friendlier or make this more hostile, maybe. But I'm going to refresh the page and then that update will have been applied to our email. And so let's see this. And now it says, I hope this cons you well. After further consideration, I'm willing to accept 11 million. And let's see if we can finalize. And now, let's say I'm happy with this. I'm like, yeah, I'll send this off. Now I'm just going to confirm and send as myself. I'm going to hit save. And then what we'll see is that this email sends out. So this exact email, and then I added my signature here, and I have, of course, this nice, some people like to put a quote at the bottom of their signature, and so I thought of a really nice quote. To many winds your farts may flow, by unknown, of course, a famous quote. But that's really all there is to it. I didn't have to write this email. I literally just told ChatGPT what to write, and as we can see, yeah, it's basically done the whole thing, and this should be cleared. We'll fix this, because what we're going to do now is we're going to rebuild this, and I'm going to show you exactly how this app works. Okay, so here we are in a fresh sub account, and the first thing you're going to want to do to build this out for your account is head over to settings, and then custom fields, and I'm going to create a new folder, okay? And we're going to call this AI email generator. This is just kind of hides it away when you're not using it. So that'll be on the contact object, and then we can go in there and we can add a field to this. So we're going to need 4 fields. The first one is going to be last call transcript, okay? And so this transcript is this field is going to hold the last transcript of the phone call that we just had. Then we're going to add another multi-line, and we're going to say generated email body, and this is going to be the email that ChatGPT generates for us. And then finally, we're going to add a text field that is, again, multi-line. All these are multi-line because it's like a text box, not just a single, word. And we're going to say this one is called customize email prompt, or let's say email update prompt. What the heck? Okay, so email update prompt. Okay, so we'll save that. And then what we can also do is, I'm just going to really quick move this up just under there so it's easier to access in the contact field, in the contact pane. And then the last thing, we need to add one more field to our same folder here, and it's going to be a checkbox, and we're going to say send and confirm. Or, sorry, that should be the other way around. Confirm and send. And so when we check this box, it's going to confirm that we're happy with the email body, and then it's going to send off this email. And so the thing here is, if we want the signatures and the sending name to be different, then we need to customize this checkbox. So we need to add a checkbox for each of our users. So we'll do confirm and send as Adam. And then let's also add one for confirm and send as John. Okay, so let's say we have another person on our team, John, and we also want to be able to send as John. So then we hit save, and those are all the custom fields that we're going to need for this app. Now, I'll create a new folder in here called AI Email Generator, just to kind of keep things all together. And hit create. And now we have 3 workflows to build out, and they're all super simple. It should be very easy to follow. So what we're going to do is create workflow, and actually, I'm going to go back. I'm just going to hit this create workflow up here and do start from scratch, okay? These templates are useless as far as I can tell. So now what we want to do is we can call this one generate initial email. This is the one that I tested in the first place, but this is going to run automatically every time a phone call finishes. And the way we do that is by using this trigger called call transcript complete. Now this is actually an app I built. You can get the app below at the link. I'll leave a link and you can install it. And this will allow you to get the call transcript from high level once it completes and just drop it into your workflow so that you can analyze it and generate an email from it. Without this trigger, it's extremely hard. You basically have to build a custom app, catch webhooks from high level, get the transcript, and then drop it into your workflow. I recommend just installing my app if I were you, especially because you get to pay me money and thank me for making this awesome video. Pitch over. We're going to select that trigger, and we're going to choose the filter to be call duration is long, okay? At least 60 seconds, because if a call is 20, 30 seconds, it's not really worth generating an email over. It's probably just, a passing phone call. So we'll make sure the call is at least 60 seconds, okay? And then what we're going to do is we'll just go straight to ChatGPT. And this is going to be generate email from call. And okay, so here's the prompt. Basically, we want a line at the top that says, here's a call transcript that just completed. This will give ChatGPT some context, and then we'll drop in from this trigger up here, AI, Advanced AI Call Transcript and Summaries. We'll select Call Transcript Complete, and then we'll do Full Transcript. And this is going to show up at the bottom of your text box. So for me, I already have stuff down here, so I'm going to have to move it up into this space, okay? So this will be the full transcript from the call that just completed. And then we say your job is to generate a follow-up email with these rules in mind, okay? Do not include the subject, only the email body. Do not include the signature or the name. After your email, a signature with a name will be added, okay? That way you can have a standard signature through all your emails. Do not include any fill-in values, because sometimes it'll say like insert contact name here, but you want it to just automatically work. And then we'll say the contact's name is this, just so it knows. And then we also say if the contact's name is not shown above, then write the email as though we don't know their name, because it won't be there, okay? By the way, I have another workflow that pulls their name from a transcript if you don't want to type it out. And you could use these 2 workflows together. You would just add a wait step so that that task runs first, pulls out the name, and then if we have a name, then it'll run this with their name. Hopefully that makes sense. We'll leave the temperature at 0.2, and we'll hit save. Now, all we're going to do is update our fields. So, and it's actually just right here. Update contact field. And for those fields, we're going to search email. So, generated email body, that is going to be GPT response. And then we're going to do last call transcript is going to be this, the trigger, call transcript complete, full transcript. Just like we fed to ChatGPT, we're going to store this on the contact for use later. Then we'll hit save action. And that is all we need to do to generate the initial email. So a call finishes with a contact. As soon as that transcript is ready from high level, we'll generate the email and then we'll save it to the contact. Now what we're going to do is create a workflow that allows us to edit this email. And this is actually very straightforward. Edit email. Actually, we'll do customize email, just because short workflow names look bad. And that trigger is going to be contact changed, okay? So edit field updated. And what we're going to look for here is that the email update prompt has changed, okay? So whenever you update the email, like the prompt to edit the email, we want to trigger this workflow. So we'll hit save on that trigger. And then we want to make sure that we actually have all the fields. So if you clear this field, just like basically just clearing it, it would trigger this workflow. So we want to make sure we actually have all the necessary information to proceed. Otherwise, it would actually create a loop because we clear this field at the end. It'll make sense in a minute. So run update. We'll add that as the question, and then we'll put true, and the other branch is going to be false. Okay. And then we're just going to make sure all of these long text fields that we have are actually filled in. So we'll go to last call transcript is not empty, and generated email body is not empty, right? Because we need the email body to actually edit it. And then we're also going to make sure that email update prompt is not empty, because we need that update prompt in order to actually update the contact. Okay, or the prompt. The email. Jeez. Okay, now we're going to use ChatGPT and update email body. All right, and here's the prompt. Okay, so this prompt is going to be, we are editing an email generated based on call transcript. Here is the initial call transcript. So we're giving the transcript again so that ChatGPT knows what the full context text is so that you can actually get more accurate edits. And actually that should be the same. We're going to go contact and then custom field and last call transcript. So I already have this from my previous account, but I've changed some of the names here. So we might need to update these. So last call transcript, that's going to give us the last transcript. Here's the initial email that we generated based on that transcript, and that's going to be generated email body. And I'm going to copy that and move it up here. So generated email body is the initial email, and then we need to make some changes based on the user requests. And so in here, I'll put email update prompt, okay? And then I'll just put that right here. Please return only the email body as customized based on the prompt above. And that's all you need to do. You can leave the temperature at 0.2 and hit save. Now what we're going to do is update our email. So we'll go email generated email body. And now that's just going to be ChatGPT's reply. So right there, ChatGPT response, and you can hit save. And then we're also going to, actually we'll do update email body. We'll just name this, just to make it clear. Update email body. And then we also want to clear a couple of these fields. So clear update field. So basically all we're going to do is clear the update prompt, okay? Just so you can easily make changes next time if you want to reprompt it. And that's really all you need to do, okay? So that's that workflow. And then the last workflow is also pretty simple. So we'll start from scratch again, and we're going to do send generated email, all right? And with this, what we're going to do is contact changed as the trigger, and this trigger is going to be confirm and send, and we're going to select all of our values right here, okay? So all of these, every time you add a person, you're going to need to update this so that it'll always send the email whenever you check one of these boxes, okay? So confirm and send checked is what I'll name this trigger. So that's it. And then what we need to do is we need to add a branching statement to make sure that we actually are sending the email based on the contact or the user that we actually wanted to send from. So we'll do sender. And then we'll put in our users. So we'll do, the first one is Adam, and we'll only send as Adam if confirm and send includes confirm and send as Adam. Hopefully this is making sense. Then we'll add a separate branch that's going to be John, and we'll only send as John when confirm and send includes confirm and send as John. So that's basically it. Hopefully that makes sense. Then what we'll do is we'll do send email, and we'll name this send email, and we'll send as the user that we wanted to send as. So in this case, we're sending as Adam, so we'll send as Adam Shervold from adamshervold@gmail.com. We'll put the subject as thanks for the call. You could also generate a subject, but it's I don't know if it's really worth the effort. You could just add a custom field that is the subject if you want. And then as far as the message goes, this is what it's going to look like. So we're going to do contact dot, and then I'm going to drop this back in because we might have changed it. So it's going to be generated email body. So it's going to send this generated email body, and then under that we just put our signature. So it's going to be, you know, my name, my website, email, phone, and then my little very insightful quote right here. So you can put whatever you want for your signature, and that will do the trick. So that's our email, and then we'll copy this, and we'll also do it for John. So it's going to be sending from John. We'll keep the email because it's not going to work otherwise, because it's not a real email. And then we'll do John Shervold, whatever, and we'll change the name, and that's basically it. Okay, so all you need to do is change the signature for each user, and you'll hit save. And then what you can do is add, we just need to clear or update contact field. We just need to clear our confirm and send field, because once you check that box, it's going to start this workflow. Then we want to uncheck it once that email has been sent. And actually, why don't we just clear the email body as well, just because, you know, why not? So we'll also clear that, and that should be it for fields that we need to clear. And then we'll just copy this action right here, and that is it. That's the entire system. So hopefully this helps you. Basically, just to kind of run through it again, we're going to generate the initial email. As soon as a phone call is completed, we'll generate an email, and then we'll update that email body on our contact and the last call transcript. And then what we'll do is whenever we want to update customize the email, we'll change the email update prompt field, and that will feed it to ChatGPT, which we will update the email body with. And then finally, when we're ready to send it, we're going to check that contact field that says confirm and send, and then it'll send the email with the correct signature and clear the fields so you're ready to do it again potentially. So anyways, hope this video helped you. Again, make sure to click the link below and check out my app. It's not free, but it might as well be free. I mean, think of all the time you're going to save. Honestly, it's just amazing. So anyways, thanks for watching, and yeah, see you in the next video.